Good morning, yogis. Welcome to your mats. Welcome to your virtual yoga studio brought to you by Ascent. My name is Megan and I'll be leading you through a 1-hour power flow. You're gonna need a few props for today's practice. So grab yourself 2 blocks, and if you don't have official yoga blocks, that's okay. We're not gonna be using them for a ton of work, just a little bit of core. But I do want you to grab something that you can get your feet up on. So if you don't have blocks, maybe a couple books. And I would get 4 books so that you can have a foot on each double stack. I also want you to grab a towel or a pillow, or not pillow, a blanket. We're gonna be getting into some headstand kind of stuff and some one knee kind of stuff. And it's always nice to have a little bit of padding under your head or knee. So grab yourself a towel, water, 2 blocks or something that is like blocks, and then something really heavy. I'm gonna go grab my weight here in just a second. I'm gonna grab a 10-pound weight. If you have like a 15-pound weight, that will do. Or if you have like a bag of flour or something heavy, we're not gonna be doing any lifting. We're just gonna be using it in core. So go ahead and grab your pops and I'll meet you back in the mat in just a second. Alrighty, I did create a playlist for you today. So if you have Spotify, go ahead and head over to Spotify. My username is Megan of the Moon. It's M-E-G-A-N, Megan of the Moon. And the playlist I have for you today is called Body Rock Flow. So head over to Spotify, get your playlist going, and we'll get started here in just a second. Alrighty, I'm gonna start our time now. I'm gonna start our playlist now. Let's go ahead and begin in child's pose. Let your knees come out nice and wide, your big toes come together to touch. Draw your forehead down to the mat, reach your arms out nice and long. Take a nice deep inhale from here, fill up your lungs. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, like that, nice deep inhale. Open up, exhale. Probably our first stretch of the day. Notice how you're feeling in the shoulders and the hips and the knees. Find length in your spine. And then start to find your Ujjayi breath in and out of your nose, building heat and energy in your body, activating the back of your throat like you're whispering. It should be an oceanic breath. You should still be able to hear yourself in your child's pose. With every exhale, release tension somewhere, tension of the mind, tension of the body. Maybe relax through your jaw or your shoulders, or release any lingering distractions going on in your head. Allow yourself to tap into your breath, the sensations happening in your body. Take 1 more breath here. On your inhale, lift your forehead and your chest, as well as your elbows. And then you're gonna slide your right arm underneath your left like you're threading the needle. Bring your right ear, right side of your cheek down to the mat. Send your left arm long out in front of you. Option to keep this left arm out long. Option to find a little bit of a bind, reaching your arm around your back. Opening up through that shoulder just for a couple breaths. Binds, come on out, reach that left arm out long. Lift through your chest, slide your right arm out from underneath you, bring it forward. And let's get into the other side. Left arm slides underneath your right, left ear, left cheek comes down to the mat to thread the needle. If you found a bind on the other side, go ahead and find it on this side as well. Reaching your hand, your arm around your back, opening up through your shoulder. Binds, come on out. Returning back to our child's pose. Reach your fingers out a little bit longer. Come onto the tips of your fingers. Lift your elbows off the mat. Find length in your spine and activation in your shoulders. Just for a couple breaths. And then on your next inhale, we're going to shift forward into our tabletop position. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips stack over knees. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, arch your back. Chin and tailbone lift. Exhale, cat. Round through your spine. Chin to chest. Press into your palms. Puff up that space between your shoulder blades. Angry Halloween cats here. Inhale, cow. Belly drops back, arches, chin and tailbone lift. Exhale, cat. Close your eyes. Tap into that idea of breath to movement. And take these at your own pace. Inhale into one pose. Exhale into the next. Really warming up through the spine, finding that mobility. And then add any other movements that feel good. Maybe rolling out your neck, barrel rolling through the back. Maybe walking your hands to one side of your mat, sitting your hips toward the other, stretching through our side bodies. Whatever you do on one side, make sure you're also doing it on the other side, so we even out through our sides. Couple more breaths here. Start to even out. And make your way back into your tabletop position. Now this is where you might want to grab your towel. I'm going to grab mine. And let's place it under our left knee. Bring your knees together to touch. And then from here, you're going to send your left leg long behind you, finding that point that I always talk about, flexing through your toes, but pointing the ball of your foot back. Ground down with your right hand, grip into all 5 fingertips, and then send your left arm long, finding opposition. Lengthening from your fingertips and the ball of your foot, turning on your core, inhale, find length. Exhale, crunch, knee to elbow, find that cat spine, find a roundness to your spine. Inhale, find length and hold. From here, we're going to work even deeper into our balance. We're going to try to lift our left toes. Spot something on the mat out in front of you. I like to spot the top corner of my mat. And if you fall out, that's okay. Come back in. Pointing through our left toes rather. Trying to get some lift off the ground. For 3, 2, 1. Return back to tabletop. Maybe find a quick cat-cow or any kind of stretch in between. And then let's switch out our towel. Towel's gonna come underneath our right knee this time. Send your left leg long, find your point. Start to ground down with that left hand, being super active through the fingertips. I'm gonna repeat this often in today's class. So really grabbing with the fingertips, making sure that you're not only in the heel of your hand. Find more surface space and then reach your right arm out in front. Turning your core on, lengthening on your inhale. Exhale, crunch, knee to elbow, cat spine, round and hold. Inhale, find length. And then once you're feeling ready, see if you can lift those right toes off the mat. If you tinker back and forth, that's all right. Teeter. Find your balance, core is on. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hand and knee back down to the mat. Remove your towel, take one more cat-cow. And let's get into the wrists a little bit. Roll out your wrists. Maybe flip your palms around. Bend through the elbows. We are getting into some inversions today. In fact, our peak posture / transition is gonna be a crow to headstand. Kind of crazy, but I think we can do it. So I want you to just roll out these wrists a little bit. And then when you're feeling ready, and your wrists are feeling good, meet me back in downward facing dog. Hips high and back. Down dog is yours to explore. Stillness, movement, whatever you need. Maybe you pedal out your feet as you draw one heel down to the mat, bend through the opposite knee. Get into your calf, your Heelys, behind your knee. Any runners out there, always get into a down dog after your run. Stretch those calves out. On your inhale, come up onto your toes, lift your heels. Exhale, draw your heels as close to the mat as you can get them. Bend your knees if you have to. Hold for a breath. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Shoulders, hips, ankles in alignment. And then let's make this a wide plank. Bring your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Ground down with your right hand and your left foot. See if you can lift your right foot and your left hand. Keep your hips low. This isn't a down dog. This is a plank. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hand and foot back down. Let's do the other side. Lift your left foot, and then once you feel ready, let your right hand grip through those left fingertips. Use your core for 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet back in towards one another. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll, uttanasana. Walk your feet behind your hands. Bend your knees, grab opposite elbows, look in between your legs. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Maybe you shift forward and back. Going from crow to headstand is gonna require a lot of core. So we're working in a lot of core today. It's gonna require a bit of shoulder work, a bit of balance. So we're getting into everything. Reach your hands down to the mat and then just sway left and right, starting to get into the hamstrings a little bit. And then heel toe your feet back together to touch. Big toes to touch, sliver space between your heels. Slight bend in your knees, inhale, chair pose, hips low, arms high. Arms come up to frame your face, pinkies facing forward. Send your weight down and back into your heels. Your toes might even lift off the mat. Make sure your core is on and you're not just in a big arched back here. Draw low belly up and in. Take an inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Sit low in your hips. Have a look down, make sure your knees are even. If your left knee is shifting out way in front of the right, pull it back. Twist comes from the belly button up. Inhale back to chair pose. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Same thing here. Make sure your knees are even. Sit a little bit lower. We're almost out. Kind of. Twisting from the spine, the chest, and the ribs. Inhale back to chair pose. Exhale, arms out in front of you. Find a toe squat. Lift up onto your toes. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Find something to spot out in front of you. And then we're going to lower our hips. Slow, slow, slow. Thighs are burning. Quads are burning. Gonna lower your hips to your heels. Once I get to your heels, still press those ankles forward. Bring your hands to heart center. Keep the lift. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, goat pose. Roll back onto your sits bones. Legs come out long, arms are out by your sides. Lengthen through your spine. If you're rounding, bring your feet down to the mat. I want a long spine first. If your feet are lifted, cross your right ankle over your left. Inhale, low boat. Heels and shoulders hover. Exhale, high bow. Shh. Big exhales as you lift. We have 4 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left. Shh. 3. Shh. 2. I told you we're doing core. Shh. Last one. Shh. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Watch me first. I'm going to show you where we're going. We're going to rock and roll straight into warrior 3 with hands at heart center. But we're going to use this left shin as a little bit of a, not a cheat, but an assist. So you're going to rock back. Using momentum, rock forward. Press into that left shin and your right foot. And then meet me in warrior 3 with hands at heart center, also known as standing stick. Take your rock and roll back and forth. And then meet me in your standing stick. Flex through your toes, press your heel back. Nice long spine, shoulders, hips, and ankles in alignment. Hands at heart, hold for your inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee comes behind your right knee and over to the right if you can. Flex through your lifted toes. Hands stay at your heart. Squeeze, we're not here for long. Squeeze low, hold for the inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your hands down to your mat and then step your left foot back. Stretch out in any way that feels good. Maybe drop your back knee, straighten out your front leg. You have your 2 blocks. You can always take a half split. You guys sweating yet? I got a little sweat going already. This is power flow. And you know me, gotta make the classes a bit of a challenge. Get into your hamstring, your hips, maybe a little lounge lizard or a Skandasana, although we will be going to Skandasana in a little bit. Make your way back to your low lunge, plant your palms. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, mid plank, lower halfway, elbows in by your ribs. Shoulders and elbows are even. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. 4 points of contact, hands and feet, thighs are off the mat. Exhale, down dog, using your core to lift your hips high and back. Flipping over your feet. Take an inhale through your nose. Open up, exhale, cool it down. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Widen out your stance. Ground down with your right hand and your left foot right away. Grip with those right fingers. Lift your right foot. See if you can lift your left hand just for 3, 2, 1. Other side. Left foot lifts, right foot lifts. Keep your butt low. 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Open up, exhale. How was your high plank or your balancing plank? Was it better that time? Mine was a little better, still wobbly though. All right, walk your feet forward. This time we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna hop straight into our chair pose. So you're gonna lift your heels, bend your knees, get some bounces, and then when you're ready, you're gonna take a hop into chair pose. Arms come up above your head right away, inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right, sit low, we're flowing this time. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, sit low. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, arms out in front of you, toe squat with your heels. Slowly lowering. Squeeze your inner thighs, find your balance. This is where it starts to burn. Once you get to your heels, lift your chest, palms come to heart, inhale. Exhale, high boat. This time you're gonna cross your left ankle over your right. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, lift. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Bring your arms to the outside of the knees. We're gonna rock and roll straight into our warrior 3 with hands at heart. We're gonna use our right shin to lift. So you're gonna take a rock it forward, right shin comes down, left foot comes down, straight into our warrior 3. Press that right heel back. Hands stay at heart, press out of your left hip as well. Flex your toes. Hold for your next inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee comes behind the left knee and over to the left. Squeezing through your inner thigh, squatting down low. Find that lift in the chest. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, low lunge, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Stretch it out here, organic movement. How's everybody feeling? Get into those hamstrings, those hips, whatever else you're feeling like. This is your bit of intuitive movement here. Make your way back towards your low lunge. Plant your palms, keep your hips low. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's our chaturanga. We'll take it a few times in class. Always the option to take it on your knees. Go high plank, down dog, skip the push-up, or add extra push-ups, whatever you're feeling like. Take an inhale through your nose. Open up, exhale, let it go. Inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Point your toes up to the sky, but keep your hips squared. Exhale, low lunge, as slow as you can. Come through knee to nose. See if you can lunge soft between your hands. Set up your lunge. All 10 toes facing forward, front knee stacked over ankle. Little to no weight in your fingertips. And then inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Arms are gonna come up overhead like Tadasana Mountain Arms. Pinkies facing forward. Nice deep bend in that front knee, stacked over your ankle. Back leg is long, pressing the back of your knee up towards the sky. Pressing energy out of your heel. Core is still on. Sometimes in these chairs and lunges, I tend to arch my back, but we want to turn our core on. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right, take it slow. Right arm back, left arm forward. Keeping your hips squared forward, twist comes from belly button up. Still onto the ball of your back foot, make sure it's not slipping to the side. Reaching fingers in opposite directions, wringing out our internal organs. Inhale, exalted warrior, right arm down, left arm high. Maybe your right hand touches the back of your hamstring. Keep that bend in the right knee. We're almost out of this leg, I promise. Getting that side body stretch. If your hand doesn't touch your hammy, just reach down towards the sky. Breathe here. All right, we have a big transition. We're gonna transition into Skandasana with our left knee bent, and I'll be facing you. So nice and slow. On our inhale, we're gonna rise this right arm up, turning over, pivoting the back foot, heel down. Exhale, Skandasana, bending into the left knee. Right toes flex. I know, that's a tricky one. We'll do it a couple times in class so you get used to it, and it'll start to feel really fun. Find engagement through your right quad, flexing through your right toes. If your left heel is lifted, that's okay. Option is stay here, but I'm gonna guide us into a deeper stretch on this first one. Bring your hands down to the mat, and then start to walk your hands out and towards the right at a 45-degree angle. Let your head hang between your biceps. Big stretch to the inner thigh, groin, hamstring, a little bit of everything. Breathe here, stretch it out. Keep the engagement in your right quad. Don't let your knee lock out. On your inhale, start to walk your hands back up. Draw them up to heart center. Find your balance once more. Lift through your chest, long spine. Big transition again. Exhale, long lever reach towards the front. Start to rebend your right knee. Shift your chest forward like you're coming into crescent lunge. Arms come up above to frame your face. So just like crescent lunge, but our chest is shifted forward and our arms are next to our face. Keep that strong foundation. Keep your belly lifted up off your thigh. Inhale, lift your chest, find a baby back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Maybe your gaze comes up, still bending in that front knee. Exhale, round it forward like a cat, and then give yourself a hug. Pivot to the left. So you have hands to shoulders here. Legs are nice and straight. We're kind of in a star pose, but we're gonna pivot our toes towards the front. Inhale, lift your elbows high, little baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold, keeping our hands at our shoulders. So kind of like ragdoll, but with more of a bind. Let your head hang. Maybe nod your head yes. Feel that release in the upper back and neck. Option to stay here, option to release your hands down to the mat. Stretch out in whatever way feels good. A little bit of free time here, just stretch however you like. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Inhale, halfway lift. Press into your fingertips, lift and lengthen. Exhale, runner's lunge to the front. Crawl your hands forward. Heel toe your right foot to the right edge of your mat. Without dropping your back knee, press into your back hip flexor let your right knee fall out over to the right. So just getting a big stretch through the front of the left quad and hip flexor. Couple bounces here. And then lift your hips. Ground down with your left hand. Inhale, side plank. Right foot stacks on top of left, gripping with all of your fingertips. Right hand comes behind your head. Option to drop to your forearm or your knee on this first one. We're gonna lift and lower our hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, your right forearm is gonna come down to the mat. So you're in a high plank now, but your forearm is on the mat, your right one, and your left hand is on the mat. Keeping hips low. We're gonna shift back and forth. As you shift forward, your belly is gonna hover above the mat. Exhale, shift back. We have 3, 2, last one. Come back up to high plank, and then fly through your chaturanga. As you take your push-up, grip into those fingertips. Don't let your heels of your hands do all the work. I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose. Open up, exhale, pull it down. That's our flow. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Point your toes. Exhale, low lunge, slow and control. As slow as you can. Land soft between your hands. Set up your foundation. Front knee over ankle. And then nice and slow when you're ready, squeeze your inner thighs for balance. And inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Arms come up over your head. Make sure your hips are squared. Low belly is on. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Pressing energy out of the heel, pressing the back knee up towards the sky. Breathe here. This is our set of long holds. We flow the rest of class after this. So find your edge. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, open arms twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Twisting from the belly button up. Reaching fingers in opposite directions. Keep that front knee bent. Breathe it out. Inhale. Revolved crescent. Left arm down, right arm high. Get that back bend. Keep the knee exalted present. That's what I meant. Maybe gaze comes up to the ceiling. All right, here comes our turkey transition. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Left arm is gonna come up. We're gonna pivot to the right. Bend into our right knee. Left toes are gonna flex. Hands stay at heart center. Hold here. And then you're gonna bring your hands down to the mat for our deeper stretch. Walk your hands towards the left. Let your head hang between your biceps. Nice big stretch. Keep the engagement in the quad. My body naturally wants to just release that quad and let my knee lock out, but we're gonna avoid that. Inhale, start to walk your hands back in. Draw them to heart center. Sit up tall. Exhale, long lever reach towards the front. Bend to your left knee. Pivot forward. Arms come to frame your face. Just like crescent lunge, but with our chest slightly forward, arms out in front of us. Strong legs. I know that leg is burning. Breathe. Almost out. Inhale, lift your chest. Find a little baby back bend. Squeeze your shoulders. Maybe your gaze comes up. Exhale, round it forward. Give yourself a hug with the opposite arm on top. Hands to shoulders. Pivot to the left. Give those legs a break. Pivot your toes towards the front. Inhale, lift your elbows. Let your head and neck fall back. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Option to keep your shoulders, hands down to the mat. You can interlace your fingers behind your back if that feels good. Last time to find whatever you want. I'm going to guide you into poses after this. So last time for intuitive movement here. Last couple breaths. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, runner's lunge. Draw your hands to the top. Heel toe your left foot out to the left. Let your left knee fall over to the left and press into your right hip flexor without dropping that knee. Get that stretch. Couple bounces here. Lift your hips just slightly. Ground down with your right hand. Inhale, side plank. Left foot stacks on right. Left arm is going to come behind our head. Option is step this left foot out in front. Drop your knee or your forearm. We're going to lift and lower. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left forearm down to the mat for your high plank. Left forearm is down, right hand is on the mat, hips are low, core is low. Let's shift forward and back for 4, 3, gripping with your fingertips for 2, 1. Step back up into high plank, and then flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Drop to your knees, have a quick sip of water, quick wipe of the sweat. And then we're gonna flow breath to movement. We're gonna flow both sides without stopping, and then we'll get a break. We're gonna add on just a little bit. Meet me back in down dog in about 3 breaths. All right, let's flow. A little bit faster. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, open arm twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, exalted warrior, right arm down, left arm high. Exhale, skandasana. All the way over to your left foot. Right toes flex. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, long lever reach to the front. Inhale, little baby back bend. Lift and squeeze, open up. Exhale, round it forward. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, pivot to the left. Lift your elbows. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Release your hands down to the mat. We're gonna come into crow pose. So you're gonna walk your feet back, or your heels back. Hands are gonna come out in front of you. Spreading your fingers out wide, gripping through all 5, 10 fingers. You're gonna bend your elbows like chaturanga, and you're gonna heel toe your feet in. Grab your block, actually. I wanna show you a way to get a little bit of lift on your crow. So you're gonna step your feet up onto your block, bend your knees, plant your hands. Again, really spreading those fingers out wide. Bending with your elbows in, not out. Move your knees up to your triceps or armpits. Shift your weight forward, grip into those fingers. Maybe one toe lifts, maybe the other toe lifts. Your block is gonna give you that little bit more lift here. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to your wide-legged forward fold. Heels out wide. Ditch your block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, side plank right away. Right arm is gonna stay high this time. On your inhale, you're gonna point your toes, lift them off your foot. Reach your fingers towards the front. Exhale, crunch, you're gonna elbow. 2 more. Last one, lengthen, crunch. Inhale, right arm high, right foot on left. Exhale, right forearm down to the mat. We're gonna shift forward, back. 2 more. Last one. Come up to high plank. Flow through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open arm twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, exalted warrior, left arm down, right arm high. Exhale, skandasana, towards our right knee. Left toes lift. Hold for your inhale, find your balance. Exhale, long lever reach to the front. Inhale, calves and arms open up. Exhale, round it forward. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, pivot left. Elbows lift. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hands down to the mat. Step your heels back. We're gonna have two options. If headstand is in your practice, if it's something you wanna work on, we're gonna go there. So if not, you can try your crow again, up to you. You're gonna bring the crown of your head down to the mat. Crown, not forehead. Your arms are making a shelf, gripping down with your fingertips. Maybe you bring one knee up to your tricep. Maybe you stop right here. Maybe you bring this other knee up to your tricep. Maybe you stop right here. This is a headstand. If you're feeling like your core is warmed up, pull your knees in towards your chest, and then maybe extend them long. Wherever you are, hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk it forward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, side plank. Left arm high this time. Lift your left foot. Inhale, reach forward and back. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Last one. Left foot stacks upright. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left forearm down to the mat. Last set of these. Shift forward and back. 2 more. Last one. Back up to high plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Woo! Drop to your knees. Wipe some sweat. How you guys feeling? I'm dripping. All right, take a quick break, and then we're gonna get into our core work. Whew. All right, so you're gonna hate me. I did this core at for one of my friend's classes, and it like killed me. So naturally, I had to do it again for you guys. So take your blocks. We're coming to the back of our mat. You're gonna place your blocks or your books or whatever you're using, hip width distance apart. You're gonna step up onto your blocks. When we step up onto our blocks, we wanna let our heels lay off of our blocks. So all of your foot is on the block, except your heels. Start to bend your knees, come towards a forward fold, and then you're gonna walk your hands forward into high plank. Elevated high plank. Let's hold here. Keep your hips low. Shoulders, hips, and ankles in alignment. This is not a downward facing dog. Hold here. All right, we're gonna start to go right knee, left elbow, left knee, right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee crosses your body towards your left. Right foot steps back. Left foot crosses your body. Left knee steps back. Nice and slow, so we stay on our blocks. For 5, 4, 3, keep your hips low. Last 2, last 1. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees. Woo! Those little blocks make a huge difference. Just getting a little bit of an elevation on the feet, getting your shoulders a little bit lower, makes it that much harder. All right. Ditch your blocks. We have one more core exercise. Coming onto our backs, you should have your heavy object behind you. All right, so you're gonna lay down. I have a weight in my hand, so I'm gonna pull the weight up to its head. I've got both hands on my weight. You're gonna lift your legs up, and you should be grabbing on your heavy object. We're gonna take a little heel lift here, and then we're gonna lower our heels to hover. Exhale, lift, pulse, lower. Use that low belly, use your abdominals. Try to take momentum out of it. This is really gonna help you get your feet up from crow to headstand. We have 10 more. 5 more, you can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body stretch. Arms up overhead, point your toes, lift your chest up. Whew, good work, you guys. Pull your knees into your chest, rock and roll up into a seat. That was a lot. Only 2 exercises in core, but really tough ones. But that low belly core is really gonna help you getting your feet up for a headstand, I promise. All right, you're gonna get a break. Watch me as I go from crow to headstand, and then I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to practice on your own. All right, so you might wanna take your towel and then lay it out in front of you. If you have a high bun or a high ponytail, bring it down, because you really wanna be on the top of your head for your headstand. A lot of times I see people in this area, and A, it's harder to balance, and B, it's gonna give you a headache. So, take your towel, place it out in front of you. If you like standing into crow with your feet up on the block, if you felt like that gave you a little bit more lift, a little bit better alignment, then go ahead and use your block. Gotta wipe down these triceps first, actually. Otherwise, we're gonna prepare for crow. So you're gonna plant your hands out in front of you, fingers out nice and wide. Toes are behind your hands, lifting up onto your heels, bending through your elbows. You're gonna walk your knees in towards your armpits if you can, or your triceps. Shifting forward, gripping with your fingertips before you lift your toes. Once you lift your toes, core is on, gaze is down at your towel. From here, you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, and then slow and controlled. Once you tuck your chin, you're gonna see if you can draw the top of your head to the mat. You might need to adjust your hands. So your knees should stay on your triceps and you're on the crown of your head. This is a headstand. You've already done it if you're here. If you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper, pull your knees up into your belly. Keep your elbows tucked in tight. And then maybe extend your legs out long. Hold for a couple breaths, and then we're gonna rewind, if we can. So you're gonna bring your knees back down to your triceps. Toes are together to touch. Ooh. And then we're gonna see if we can lift our face off the mat before coming back down to the mat. That was more like a frog pose coming out, but that's why we practice. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple moments here just to try this out. Remember to keep your chin tucked to your chest before drawing your head down to the mat. Really engage your core as you're transitioning from crow. Lots of core work here. This is what I prepped you for. All right, if you want to keep working on this transition, pause the video. That's all right. If you're ready to keep flowing, I'm gonna start flowing. So meet me back in downward facing dog. We have one more flow and it's not long, I promise. Take an inhale through your nose, open mouth, exhale. And before I start the flow, I'm gonna tell you to come into a balancing posture of your choice at the end of the flow. So start to think of what you want to get into. It can be a tree pose, an eagle pose, dancer's pose, a figure four, a hand to foot, anything you want. All right, let's go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, exalted warrior, right arm down, left arm high. Exhale, skandasana. Into our left knee, right toes flex. Hold for your inhale, we're adding on here. Exhale, warrior three, full warrior three. Shifting towards the front, just like we did in long lever reach. And then once you feel comfortable here, reach your arms out in front of you. See if you can hold for 3, 2, 1, inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Press into your right foot. Lift your left knee up in front of you without touching the floor. Exhale, yogi's choice. Whatever balancing posture you'd like. I can't see you, but I'm sure it's beautiful. If you're doing a tree pose, avoid your knee. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Let that left foot come down. Inhale, arms high, palms together to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Last side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, burn twist to the left. Inhale, exalted warrior, left arm down, right arm high. Exhale, skandasana towards the right knee. Left toes flexed. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Shifting forward, take it slow. Hands stay at heart, and then once you're ready, they're gonna come out in front of you. Just for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, Ekapada Tadasana. Right knee out in front. Find your balance. Exhale, yogi's choice. Take your time. One side is not always the same as the other. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Let that right foot come down. Inhale, arms high, palms together. Exhale, forward fold, crashing down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, final one of class, make it strong. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! Inhale, your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Bringing it down. Let your left leg go long. Keep your hips squared. If you need a little bit of an assist, slide a block or a blanket or a towel underneath this right hip. Fingertips out in front of you. Back leg long, toes are untucked. On your inhale, take a little baby back down, look up. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Forward folding over your shin. Forehead can come to a block, to your mat, whatever you need. Slow down your breath. Slow down your mind. Send your exhales into those areas of tension. Releasing tension somewhere else. Your hips and your glutes are burning. Try to release tension in your jaw and your shoulders. Try to find some gratitude for all the work your body has done in the last hour. That was a lot. That was a good, challenging flow, challenging transitions, lots of peak postures, so you did work. Find some gratitude, honor yourself for making it to your mat today, for creating the space to step up here, to work on your breath and your body and your spirit and the connection of these things. Your inhale, start to lift your chest, plant your palms, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then make your way to three-legged dog, sending your right leg high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Take some circles in one direction and the other. If you want to move on from here, if you want to take a deeper stretch, you can drop your left forearm to the mat. Point your toes over in the opposite direction. If you want to flip your dog from here, start to look under your right armpit, shifting your weight into your left hand and foot. Right foot is going to step all the way around. Left arm is going to reach out. Left leg is long, right knee is bent. Slight bend in the left elbow so we're not locking out our joints. Hold for the inhale. Hips high. Exhale, back around to down dog. Pedal out your feet. And then inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left shin forward. Trying to make our shin as parallel with the top of the mat as we can. However, I want you to avoid any knee discomfort. So draw that heel back if you're getting uncomfortable in your knee. Back toes untucked. If you need a little bit of an assist underneath this hip, take something underneath the hip. Hands out in front of you. Inhale, little baby back bend, look up. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Breathe it out. You know, I'm getting a puppy, and I'm reading a book right now on all kinds of things, but the chapter I'm on right now is about positive reinforcement. And it talks about how if you want to increase a behavior, if you want a behavior to continue, how you can use positive reinforcement to make that behavior continue. And it's mostly talking about training dogs, but it's something that I think we can also apply to our yoga practice. So in places like these deep hip stretches, our practice is almost over. And now we can kind of analyze our self-talk. So what are we saying to ourselves? Are we going, oh my God, I couldn't do that crow to headstand, I totally fell over, Are we saying that kind of thing? Or are we going, hell yeah, I made it to my mat, I feel really good. I'm feeling those endorphins. Good on me for trying. Which are we doing? Let's analyze that internal dialogue. And let's switch it up if it's negative. If it's negative, let's switch it to something positive. What are you grateful for? What did you do well on your mat today? Even if you messed up, that's where the growth comes in. If we had everything perfect, we wouldn't have anywhere to grow. So be grateful for your wobbles, for your mess ups, because that gives you something to go towards, to grow towards. And give yourself some positive reinforcement. Do you want to make it to your mat again tomorrow, the next day, next week? Let's increase the behavior by talking to ourselves positively, by reinforcing this behavior. Last couple breaths here. Tell yourself, good job, good girl, good boy. And then start to lift your chest. Plant your palms. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg half. Exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip, take your circles, and then options. If you want to drop down to this right forearm, you can drop down to this right forearm. If you want to flip your dog, you're going to look under your left armpit, shift weight into your right hand, right foot. Left foot slides up and over, reaching your left fingers behind you. Right leg is long, left knee is bent, slight bend in that left elbow, pressing our hips up towards the sky. Bend in the right elbow, I meant. Hold for the inhale. Then exhale back around to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, lift your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet towards the center of your mat, and then walk your hands back. Heels of your feet back together, touch. I totally forgot about this pose until I did it in class, online class that is, a couple days ago, and I love it. So we're gonna get into it, garland pose. Gonna lift your heels, and then you're gonna draw your heels together to touch and your knees out wide. You're gonna squat down. So your heels are lifted and they're touching. Knees are out wide. And then maybe you stay right here. Maybe you take a forward fold, walking your hands out. Hold here for a couple breaths. And on your inhale, walk your hands back and towards one another. And have a seat. Keep the soles of your feet together to touch and your knees out wide. And then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna draw our face forward towards our feet. If they don't touch, that's all right. No biggie. Release through our low back, our hips. And on your inhale, start to rise back up. And we're gonna come onto our back. If you have a block and you wanna throw a supported bridge in, I love supported bridge, so I feel you. Come onto your back. Press into your heels, lift your hips, slide your block underneath your hips on your low back. Block should be perpendicular with your spine, crossing your spine like a T. And I suppose you can do this with books too. Just make sure it's on the flat side. And then, if this feels okay, walk your feet out, ground your heels into the mat. Bring your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. This will take it deeper into the lower back, hip flexors, psoas. Take a couple breaths here. Slow down your breath. Option to stay here if this is feeling really good. If you're ready to move on, start to rebend through your knees, press into your heels, lift your hips, slide your block out from underneath you, stay on your back. I'm gonna give you about a minute to find any final stretches that feel good. It looks like we have time for a little bit of a sound bath today, so I'm gonna grab the bowls. Anything else you need, we did a lot of twists, so I skipped a supine twist, but if you're craving a supine twist, a plow pose, a back bend, a happy baby, go there. And start to make your way into your final Savasana. Come onto your back, let your arms come by your sides, palms facing up. Let your legs come out wide to the outer edges of your mat. Heels in, toes out. Palms up. Take a big inhale through your nose, fill up. Take an open mouth exhale, sink into your mat. Again, like that. Big inhale, fill it up. Big exhale, let it go. Good. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. If you're holding any tension in your forehead or your brows, start to relax and furrow your brows. Relax through your forehead. If your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Unhinge your jaw. Maybe you open your mouth nice and wide, stretch your jaw out for a moment if that feels good. And then let it go. Relax all the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. Let your shoulders be heavy on your mat, heavy down your back. Let your breath be normal, not slowing it down or speeding it up, just letting it be. And then start to send this relaxed flow of energy down your body from your shoulders into your arms, your biceps, relaxing every muscle along the way. Send it around your elbows, into your forearms, your wrists, your fingers, the palms of your hands. You might even start to feel a tingling sensation in your fingertips or like a pulsing sensation. Try to grow that sensation if you are feeling it. And then fill up your chest with that relaxed flow of energy. If you like, you can start to visualize it, a color, a temperature, whatever you see it as. Send it down around your hips, disengaging every muscle along the way as you send it down your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads. Did so much work for you today. Let it heal these muscles. Let it relax this area of your body. Send it down around your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles. Send it through the soles of your feet and into your toes until you're filled with this peaceful sensation, this quiet space of mind and body, the no brain space. You're dead weight on your mat. There's no engagement happening in your body. Try to maintain this stillness for the last couple minutes of class as I play the bowls, and then I'll call you out when it's time. Yogis, if you're feeling really good right here, this is your time, your space. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're feeling like you're ready to move on, start to bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And then make your way onto your right side for fetal position, pulling your knees up into your chest, using your bicep as a pillow. Take a couple final breaths here, reconnecting with that idea of positive reinforcement, saying something kind to yourself to reinforce this behavior so that you make it to your mat again. Honor yourself. And then make your way up into a seated position, drawing your hands to heart center. Keep your eyes closed. Sit up nice and tall, long spine. Feel that connection between your sits bones and the earth, grounding you down. Let's take our final breath together. First, exhale everything out of your lungs. Let it go. And then take a nice slow inhale. Start to fill up. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale, release, let it go. Draw your thumbs up to third eye center, your seat of insight and intuition. Love, the light, the strength, the growth within me. Bows to, honors, recognizes the love, the light, the strength, and the growth within all of you tuning in with me, all of you at home practicing in your own space. As always, it is my honor and it's truly my passion to guide you through this movement. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work with me. I can't wait to see you all in person, but I'm really happy to be here with you virtually for now. Let's do one bow together to seal in our practice. Namaste. Do those bowls sound good today or what? I don't know if you guys could hear it over the computer, but in my house it was like, whoa, booming. Anyways, I hope you guys are feeling good. If you had anything in that flow that you liked, give me a comment. Let me know what you liked. Let me know if there's anything that you felt a little bit off, or that you thought we could skip. I'm always happy to hear some feedback. So let me know. Let me know how that transition went. Did you get that crow to headstand? Did it work? Let me know. Quick announcement, we have almost all of our instructors coming back to teach live online classes. So we're going to announce the schedule later this week, and you're going to see all kinds of classes coming to the schedule. Some more yoga strong with weights, some vinyasa restorative combo classes, some regular vinyasas, some wellness practices that aren't necessarily all yoga based. So we're going to have a lot of really fun classes coming up that I'm excited to share with you. So stay tuned, and we'll be announcing that schedule in a couple days. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on your mats next time.